Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Barak Dash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS and Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh by Shema Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called Blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos about the so-called attempt of the president's assassination or whatever. Anyway, that's all it's about, man. And for right now, I mean, shit. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about it, and this shit is laughable as hell, man. But anyway, I'm gonna play the videos. I'm gonna get into the scripture, my best ability to say whatever God say through Spirit and power, Yahweh by Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurach Dash, Lord willing be on me. And by the way, a lot of people ain't falling for this shit. Anyway.
A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly.
Breaking news at 5 a.m. Gunshots ringing out outside the White House Correspondents' dinner in Washington, D.C. The suspected shooter has been identified as a man from Torrance.
Surveillance video shows him sprinting through the lobby of the Washington Hilton, moving past the Secret Service agents who drew their guns to take him down.
This morning, the...
Man, if you having some kind of a special event, that whole fucking area would have been like filled with, security guards, security goons, filled with that shit.
Investigation.
I mean, you just ain't gonna go pew through it, pew, like just slick, just like you fucking Flash. It says the BMW security footage is, there was a black and white security footage is grainy and UFO sighting. Yeah. And people worrying about it's grainy as fuck. That shit is a shitty quality footage. Ooh, that shit is shitty. But who gives a fuck? It's the narrative. It's just so fucking ridiculous. The dude just went through that shit like boom, like it wasn't nothing. Now, like, get the fuck out of here. You got a special event taking place. This whole goddamn hallway lobby would be filled with goons with guns. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Shit.
Correspondents' dinner in Washington, D.C. The suspected shooter...
He just runs through there, and this guy here already got his gun drawn.
Has been identified...
Why he got his gun drawn, and he goddamn muzzled his gun at this guy. And look, he run through like he road runner, and that bitch beep beep.
As a man from Torrance.
Surveillance video shows him sprinting through the lobby of the Washington Hilton, moving past the Secret Service agents who drew their guns to take him down.
This morning,
get the fuck out of here.
The investigation stretches to Southern California as law enforcement agents try to put those pieces together.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Thank you for being with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Tim Caputo.
Somebody look like Forrest Gump. Look like Forrest Gump running across the practice field. Yeah, whatever. And whatever.
And I'm Abigail Velez in for Irene Cruz. This morning we have live team coverage on the shooting as we learn more about the suspected gunman from Torrance.
We do want to...
And one thing is so funny, if he armed, he's moving so fast, armed, how come he ain't dead?
Begin with Eyewitness News reporter Monica Deonda.
That's what they said. They said he was dead, he was alive. No, he said he was dead, now he's found alive.
Live near the suspect's
home
in Torrance with the very latest there. Monica.
Tim, Abigail, good morning. Yeah, we are actually in the neighborhood of the 31-year-old suspect, Cole Allen. He is accused of firing shots at last night's White House Correspondents' dinner. This is actually his home right behind us. You may be able to see lights are on. We've seen who appear to be federal agents going in and out of the home in the time that we've been here. So still a lot of activity, but it is definitely more quiet than what we saw here last night. Take a look. This video appears to show the moment that FBI agents swarmed this neighborhood, specifically this home here on Gramercy Avenue in Torrance late last night. The law enforcement response was massive and included FBI agents in tactical gear and armored vehicles. Now check this out. At one point, Air 7 video.
Well, you know, there gotta be some serious shit going on behind the scenes. They gotta have this shit going on. So this is gonna be one hell of a I can't get my words out. This is going to be one hell of a distraction. There we go. This is going to be one hell of a distraction. And they just keep throwing distractions after distractions after distractions, bro. Yeah. Keep your mind on it. Keep your mind on the chip implant and them crashing this economy.
Video appears to show federal agents speaking with people who live
First crashing the economy and bringing out the chip implant.
inside of that home. Later, it appeared spotlights were focused on a second-story window and the front door. Agents finally made entry shortly before midnight. And as this was all unfolding, the mayor of Torrance spoke to us right here at the scene.
The city of Torrance is a very friendly and a safe city. You know, an incident like this, you know, puts us on the national spotlight. And of course, you know, we were against violence of any kind, you know, political or racial.
And he came from all the way from California. Says he's a California Tech mechanical engineer grad. He got a good engineer.
Or any type, and you know
I wouldn't say he got a good job. He probably got fired from his job, or whatever. They just gave him a false damn background or profile.
Very, very happy that the first responders agencies in D.C. captured the.
All right, who gives a fuck? Anyway, if you want to watch the rest of this shit, because I don't want to, because all I want to do is keep talking, criticizing whatever the fuck is being talked about. But let's see what else we got. Let's see what Dabu got to say about this shit.
Trump. It'll be funny.
Oh yeah, this shit. Oh yeah, they talk about the event. And this fat bitch, she somewhat spills the beans.
It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, the duping delight or whatever. She just spills the beans, her tongue fall upon herself.
I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me, and right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened, and then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV, you did a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some.
What? They just cut a mic off?
Sounds like we lost it.
Yeah, they just lost her. They cut her mic off. Cut her mic off. Cut that bitch mic off. Cut her off.
Aisha's phone there.
And I don't think so. You see?
Oh, and yeah. You see the hand. The hand gesture. Fat bitch.
See that? You see a woman was being told something is about to happen inside of the facility.
But even though something happened, it was all bullshit.
And the news cuts her off, sitting right next to Caroline Levitt's husband. The same Caroline Levitt that just said there's going to be shots fired in there tonight. This is what your D.C. propagandist administration...
They should show that picture of him, this same guy in the middle. And it's funny, they're using it, I guess, a guy that appears to look like a so-called black guy. And he could be a terror, I don't know, but it looked like a so-called black guy. And, always remain to be the face of terror. Yeah, that's always the face of terror in America. Meanwhile, you got fucking pedophiles with bodyguards and murderers and pedophiles and cannibal-ass niggas got bodyguards with guns or goons with guns being heavily protected. But yeah, the face of terror right here. But anyway, but this is also another thing too that leads on to the what's it called, sedition among men and invading one another. But even though this shit is staged, but people are really going to be trying to take shots at these niggas, even this fat nigger bitch. But anyway, where I'm at. Oh yeah, later on it gets more deep, and it's gonna probably be some more deeper shit. Like they found they got this nigga got a picture of this nigga wearing a IDF Israeli, whatever the hell you call them, that IDF, something to do with the IDF, a shirt. But anyway, let me get back to the video.
It's put on for the people out there. We're going to dive into this bit by bit. This incident began right here with this.
That nigga moving like Roadrunner.
This. As you can see, an individual comes running in from the left-hand side, right here. And then the agent jumps and...
I swear, even these footage, they ain't AI generated too. God damn, look how fuzzy that shit is. It's even in black and white too. Come on, this shit should have been in 8K. 8K, true OLED type of whatever the fuck they got. Numbers and letters of features. This shit should be in high, super advanced quality. God damn, I'm looking at my eyes hurt looking at this shit.
Pulls a gun. At the exact
Man, I'd rather stare at a ball of fucking lint than look at that shit.
same time, Trump, half awake. This guy pops up between Melania and Trump, and he flashes this call sign like a note, as you can see right here. And when he does, look at her face.
And then the shots are fired.
Everyone's
Oh
shocked
my goodness. Oh.
and startled. It's like a cue card, literally. And then they start to run around and get Vance out of there and then jump on Trump. And, man, it looked like a bunch of...
It's just like when they motherfucking nicked his ear. And I don't understand. Now, I know nothing against any brothers in the truth, but stop pushing that shit being like that nigga really got assassinated. Get the fuck out of here. That nigga WWF goddamn got a razor to that nigga ear. They sprayed some goddamn pack of ketchup on that nigga ear. Went skeet on that nigga ear with some fake ass blood, some syrup or some shit to make it look legit. Some strawberry syrup on his damn ear. Shit. Making like he got shot in the ear. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. And I hope no other prophet. I got to say, I hope no other prophet push this shit like it's real. If they are gonna push this shit like it's real, I'd be like, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm come on, bro. Anyway,
theatrics, big time. The shooter said to be this individual called...
He's a teacher of the month too. What the fuck? Why they got a Marlon blanket over his? Well, anyway. And why is he shirtless? Damn, he ran so fast his shirt got ripped off?
Called Cole Allen, a teacher of the month out of California. And just take a look at the evil.
And that demon. Yeah, that demon. What's she doing with her hand? She got her hand under her chin or some shit? She giving out sign language? Well, that nigger demon right here.
Face Erica Kirk is giving right before the shooting. And then she's pulled out of there, crying. What are the odds that this Cole Allen is mentioned by a random account?
What the hell is this? Henry Martinez.
Henry Martinez over on X, and he made one post on December 21st, 2023, and all it says is Cole Allen. Now take all that and add it to the fact that...
And that could be his real name? I don't know.
Carrie Lake and others that were attending posted how there was no security. It was shockingly lax. There was no...
Yeah, suspicious.
Back check. No real screening. All someone had to do was just flash their ticket, and then they could just slide right on in. You take every single thing that we just...
Man, Esau, this shit is getting... This nigga is getting sloppy and tacky, bro. And too obvious that this shit is staged.
Put together and gather just from off the top of this. And this stinks to high heaven. It's got all the signs. And look at Mrs. Levitt there throwing and flashing her 666 sign right before she said, tonight, shots are going to be fired.
But man, when you in this truth, man, and then, there's other people that's in another level of truth, but not in the level of truth of Yahweh Shema Shah. But when you start to realize the world you're living in, man, you got to give all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, especially when you in this truth. And not on the level of Dabu, because Dabu he a low level of truth, but we in a higher level of truth. Nothing to brag. Dabu could be down with this truth too, if the Lord accepted it, allow him to accept it. But when it comes to being in the level of this truth, with Yahweh Shema Shah, man, give praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, man, because boy, I'm glad I ain't like these people, bro, that's really believing this shit. Like, oh my goodness, I hope the president be okay. Or I hope like, shut the fuck up, you dumb niggas.
Coincidence. Okay? I don't believe in none of that. I believe in the orchestration of occult situations, and I believe that's what we've witnessed in this event. How deep it goes with this player in the middle in all this, yet to be seen. We do know that he was an intern for NASA back in 2014.
He intern for NASA? I remember, what was that one? Let me see. I had a video. I don't know if I could find it. Probably won't be able to find it. It was a short video of I probably won't be able to find it. It's a short video, and all the shorts are gone, man. I had a short video of damn, where is that shit? I like accidentally clicked on it, and it came up. I don't know if it's this week or today. No, it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know. It was about... Oh my goodness, where is it at? Well, anyway, it was about... Damn, what was that shit about? It was about the man who, one of the black dude that was in the, appeared to look like a so-called black dude. That he was one of the space pilots, or one of the people that's on that spaceship and shit, or whatever you call that shit, named after, I guess, a Greek god or some crap. And found out that same astronaut, supposed so-called astronaut, was featured on the TV show of the first episode, first season of Fallout. He was at the party event. I remember that episode, but I damn sure didn't remember him, but I believe he was there as an actor. Just an extra at the little some kid's birthday party. And then all of a sudden the nukes went off and shit. Anyway, I don't have that video. Oh well, back to this one.
And that he was a teacher out of California. I'm going to cover this in more detail on the live show. Make sure to join me going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Alright, well anyway, let's see what the hell is this doing in here? I don't want this in here. Man, you two trying to fuck me up, man. They got another video, Dabu. They ain't got nothing to do with this video. It's about biometrics, though. That's important. But you two trying to fuck me up. Let's get to this next one. Angry Prepper. He said he ain't falling for the bullshit, too.
This was the world's worst assassination attempt. Staged nonsense ever.
I won't even call it an assassination attempt. It just, well, I know what he's trying to say. A staged event, a staged assassination attempt. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna state this assassination attempt on Trump was staged. First of all, they were already going with the notion that this was a third assassination attempt without any investigation going on. He could have been in there, the shooter could have been in there for any one of those people that were in that room, but they automatically went right to the top level of he went after the president. And keep in mind, this was before they released his manifesto, which was early this morning, and in his manifesto he talked about Trump officials. I don't think he mentioned anything about Trump, at least I didn't see anything, but everything I read, he was just talking about the administration. All right, so now this third attempt on the president is just the most staged nonsense I've ever seen in my entire life. It's almost as like when they staged all of the props around the 9/11 or the World Trade Center, they added this guy's, passport over here, and
they added a old ass jet engine, make it look like it was. Well, no, they ain't made it look like, they just placed that shit somewhere in some random area in the street, out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you got. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me look that up. I know I'm all over the place. I can't help it. Random jet engine found during 9/11. Yeah, here goes the random jet engine that was found in Murray Street. Found on Murray Street. There it goes. There's a whole bunch of or whatever. They made like the shit fell off the plane or something. Like that shit wasn't nowhere near that motherfucker. Look at that shit. It's right here on Murray Street. Way over here on Murray Street. The explosion, they'll say the explosion, it blew up so hard, they blew the engine off and it flew. Whee! And there was no, look. Where's the damn concrete? I mean, this shit is damaged, but they tore a sign down. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just like, and then they said that the engine was made, the cooling features of the blade was came from like a 1970 engine. It was developed and made in the 1970s. Now the ones they're using on that other plane, supposed the plane that was ran into the building, because I believe it was just hologram. Yeah, holographic image, because you know they got the Project Bluebeam, so that technology had to exist from some years ago, before people even knew about the shit. But anyway, let me get off of this. Let's get back to this dude.
Over there, parts of the plane. All right.
Well, I'm gonna say that engine there, that jet engine, was made back in the 70s, and you can imagine. Okay, the planes they claim that hit the building were made like in the late 90s or early 2000s, and it was a totally different engine. You know, they got different cooling systems or turbine fans or whatever the fuck. The blades are different. Whatever. Anyway, it's all bullshit.
Whatever. Though you do see a video.
But people did die.
Of one engine flying off. I don't want to get into the whole 9/11 thing. My point is this whole thing staged. And people are waking up to this staged nonsense. They're going, no way. No way that a guy get that close to the building, or rather in the building with a weapon, let alone that close to the building. When Trump, especially after...
And you would think they'll probably have firearms. Oh, yeah. New York, or even the state of New York City, or not the state of New York, but say in the subways, they were talking about this shit in the subways. They were promoting, I think a year ago, 2 years ago, a gun detector. They got x-ray machines that can detect if you got a firearm. Well, it ain't got to be x-ray. It's some kind of device they have that can detect if you got a weapon on you. Appear to be a weapon. It could be AI. It could be AI detection system. They can identify a firearm or a knife or some shit, a weapon. And then, I don't know if they have it there, but they've been promoting that shit. How come the White House don't have it? You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, I mean, they got them in airports. They got that shit. Hell yeah, they got that shit in airports. X-ray machines. You got to go screen through. And I mean, like, seriously, come on, bro. They will have that damn lobby or that hallway blocked off like a roadblock checkpoint. You know what I'm saying? They got that shit wide fucking open.
His first assassination attempt.
About as wide as a damn football field.
Because I don't believe that one anymore either. After that, his security is supposed to be heightened. I mean, at the highest level it could be. And it has been since, right? But now you get this dude who makes his way into the building with a firearm. He got that close, and then he's inside the building, and then he tries to make some kind of weird rush according to a bad, CTC video, the closed circuit videos, and that's supposed to be state of the art now. Somehow we get some blurry nonsense of this guy like running down a corridor or something like that, and then they light him up. Now I'm unsure if he's dead or alive because
no, he's alive. No blood on him. He got no shirt on. The picture they showed, that nigga shirtless. That nigga ran, I guess he ran so fast, his shirt just got ripped off. He ran so fast that the fibers on his shirt just started coming to separating. That he was moving so fast. Either he was moving so fast that his shirt disintegrated. It lit up on fire. He was moving so fast. Yeah, pretty much he went shirtless. His shirt just ripped off him, but whatever the fuck. Anyway.
A bunch of articles I read, he was detained. Another article, they said he was dead. Don't know. Not the point. The point, guys, is that this staged nonsense, this Manchurian candidate, very feely kind of deal going on. This kid also, by the way, after he gets, arrested and they identified
he ain't no kid, he a grown ass man, but whatever.
His pedigree is on the internet within minutes of them detaining him. Minutes. Not an hour or two, minutes. So then they start diving into this kid, the shooter. Cole Allen, I think his name is. And I think it's Cole Thomas Allen. And this guy is a scientist. A NASA-linked scientist, if you will. He's also a gaming engineer and some kind of tutor or teacher, something like that. NASA scientist. What's going on right now?
Yeah, NASA, there's a whole bunch of actors in that bitch. A whole lot of actors. Anyway.
Now with a lot of the NASA scientists, they're disappearing.
Or either the NASA scientists are finding new jobs as some kind of role of a crisis actor or some shit. Now they talk about some other scientists being offed or missing and all that shit. Especially people who are into the UFOs, the so-called UFO stuff. They're disappearing. But I don't know. Anyway, only How About Shanal Shah knows. But I'd like to know.
We're up to 16 now. Not including the 10 Chinese scientists that have also gone missing, died under very weird circumstances. So we're up to 26 scientists worldwide that are in a very bad situation of disappearing and dying all of a sudden. Anyway, so I'm not sure if this guy said, I'm going to avenge the death of the nerds and, did some shit. Nonetheless, this is very odd that this kid linked to NASA.
All right, man. I can't give a fuck about all that. All that, man. I'm just going to stick with, let's just stick with what's going on right now. I don't want to dig too deep in hearing what he got to say. Hold on, let me skip some of this crap.
Circus sucks and the bread is stale. We had enough. We had enough of the bullshit. We had enough of the lies. Again, the way they rush these people out of harm's way, like they grab Vance, and like the way they grab Vance, it just was weird. They were like, they grabbed them, stopped, picked them up, stopped again, and then they went. I'm like, what were they waiting for? When they supposed to grab this man by his big ass Cabbage Patch head and fucking grab him out of there, but it was just odd the way they moved him. And then the security that stopped the shooter, I don't know if they wanted this lady to redeem herself from the first assassination attempt that Trump had back.
Oh, her again.
In PA, I don't know if it's even the same lady. It sort of looks like the same lady. Two fat, short, roly-poly You know, I mean, like, what are the chances? Even though they said that that whole security team in the first assassination attempt were reassigned, somehow she makes her way back into the fold, if it is the same lady. Again, the likeliness of both of them being the same height, fat, round, and roly, it's not a possibility. And both being involved in an assassination attempt for Trump. I'm just saying that there's a lot of weird shit going on here, and a lot of people are starting to call it out. Now, this is Sunday. By tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to find out way more about this, but it's just seemingly trying to get us to look away from the nonsense that's going on. They're trying to get us to forget about.
Yeah, but people getting broke as fuck, and hey, guess what? They gonna crash this motherfucker. They gonna roll out a chip implant soon. Don't steer away from that shit.
About the Iranian war that he fucking bit off more than he can chew.
Alright, whatever. And then they're gonna talk about this is the distraction from the Epstein file. Oh goodness gracious, shut up with the Epstein's files already. Damn. Stop focusing on that shit. I mean, yeah, it's fucked up, but there's a whole lot of fucking Epstein islands and caves and underground shit. They even molesting children in fucking space, nigga. Shit, sacrificing children in fucking the ISS space station. Shit, they up in space doing that shit. They up in their nests in the high places doing wicked shit like that. And ain't nothing we could do about it, but it is fucked up. But, you know, it's fucked up. But, damn, look at the bigger picture, the chip implant. Next video. Because they're saying they gonna say, oh, they throwing all this stuff to distract people of all kind of shit. Oh, there's something new. Let me see what this is about. I ain't gonna play it, but I just saving it. But the hell is this? Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit. Anyway, let's see what bro will have to say. Was this Arrows of Indignation 144? Oh shoot. There go the title of the video. Well, that's the title of the channel. There go the title of the video. More about this bullshit.
They have this person in custody. They feel that it's safe enough for people to return, for the president to return and continue this dinner. What are your thoughts? Gunshots fired at White House Correspondents' Dinner.
And I'm like, I guess it's going to be an attempt. That's another thing. Since they saying that the security's so weak at the White House, we have to beef up security even stronger and probably spy on all the Americans. But you're already doing that shit anyway with AI and, I don't know, listen to conversation, build profile. It seems like it's more of a reason to enforce that shit. Enforce that thought and, you know, action. And make the thought and talk as action. By enforcing more rules and shit on on the people. And profiling them. There's somebody, this guy, they go look at this guy here be tied with some organization group. What's his name? Code Allen. And it should be Alan Cole or whatever the fuck. He got 2 first names. Anyway, he has they checking his profile, and he might be linked with the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, he might be tied in with them. He probably watched some videos of the Black Hebrew Israelites. He couldn't have been a scoffer, but hey, it doesn't matter. He watched some of the Hebrew Israelites, so that meant he might be tied in with the Hebrew Israelites, the black. Sorry, now not just Hebrew Israelites, but the Black Hebrew Israelites. Anyway. Whatever, Esau gonna try to tie it in with you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. Even if you don't claim you're an Israelite, hell, you're gonna tie it in and come after your asses regardless. Look at these motherfuckers. These niggas here taking selfies. They filming this shit. There's one guy right there. Let me go back. There you go. You taking pictures and shit. Come on, man. And I mean, you see this person here filming shit. Yeah, who's filming this person? They're doing the same thing, filming shit.
This is breaking news that apparently...
Shouldn't they even have their cell phones with? Well, I guess. I don't know.
It just occurred minutes ago. It's currently 8:12 p.m. Central Standard Time on April 25th, 2026, and it has been...
Oh yeah, the White House security goons. Did they even have real guns? They probably... Now, I don't know. They probably was props. They probably had props. Shit.
Reported that Trump and J.D. Vance have been rushed off the stage at a White House Correspondents' dinner. According to USA Today, and this was roughly an hour ago that they reported this, quote, a strong smell of gunfire hung in the air as a chaotic scene unfolded in the basement.
Probably had was shooting blanks and shit.
Ballroom of the Washington Hilton Hotel, where the White House Correspondents Association's annual dinner is taking place, and this was according to reporters in the room. USA Today is reporting that several U.S. Secret Service agents yelled shots fired at this event, and President Trump and ultimately also Vice President J.D. Vance and members of Trump's cabinet who were also in attendance were also rushed out. There are no further details regarding if an attack was averted, if there's been an arrest made.
And of course, 2 Thessalonians chapter 11, verse. Man, let me zoom in on that. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, there's always trickery and all that Jedi mind trick, fuck the fuckery out of here. The water prophets, you prophesied this would happen. Nobody prophesied this was gonna happen. We just say that there will be sedition among men and invading one another. We didn't see this coming. This bullshit, you know, this clown ass staged event. But it's all deception by Esau. And let me not forget about Amalek, because they all the same. Esau, Amalek. Baby dick sucking Jewish faggot fucker.
But if there were shots fired from somewhere in the crowd, this would have been a pretty good job of the Secret Service in looking for both the near and far threats. I'll try to give you an update as soon as I have more information.
Good evening. In a shocking development this evening in Washington, D.C., gunfire erupted near the Hilton Ballroom where the White House Correspondents' dinner was under...
Alright, anyway, let's get to the next one. We got GMS Vegas 144 Reloaded.
Sloppy E. The world don't believe you no more. Let me start by giving honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachakudash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. As always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the before elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. They're definitely going to continue to talk.
Yeah, they're going to talk about this shit for months. Spin this shit like no other. Till the record player breaks. Or hopefully when they shut this bitch down. I don't know.
Talk about this, which this was purposefully done, because they need more distraction than ever. Trump's approval rating is so horrible. They know that they're not going to get.
I mean, the approval rating don't matter. The votes don't matter. That shit. Even talking about that is a distraction, but that shit don't matter. But whatever.
No, the midterm. They also need you to be distracted from the big L that they caught over there in the Gulf, and when it's actually causing the after effects, the oil shocks that this country's getting ready to suffer, the water crisis, the drought, so much going on that they're gonna need you to just be distracted, psyop after psyop, or just with entertainment in general. You got the playoff season, so. Jake is definitely distracted, but this is what they're doing. We always say in these last days, your discernment level's got to be, up to par, man, because this devil's gonna be trying to pull out every stop, and he's crafty, but he's getting when it comes to these stunts, it's getting more and more unconvincing. All right, so his witchcraft isn't working like he wants it to. So anyway, y'all know about the shooting at the dinner that they had, the corresponding dinner. You know, Trump sitting up there looking real sleepy, you know, and they just had to, you know, cause a situation. And, you know, Trump, of course, taking it to social media, you know, talk about how, you know, Secret Service was, you know, they acted quickly, they were brave, they did a good job, and this and that. You know, it's all part of the show, right? Now, this is supposed to be the moment that this alleged teacher, that, you know, he was supposed to be some teacher from California, and he looked like a light-skinned Jake, but he could very well be a tear. But they used him, and this is supposed to be a security video capturing when he got up in there. Now, why in the hell was it this easy, right? Just look at this for a second. Why was it this easy to get into an event like that when you know that there's, you know, high-level security, you know, surveillance, for him to be able to get through this with a weapon? And this is supposed to be, I guess, in a lobby somewhere. So let's look at this and look at how they reacted.
And I'm like, I don't know how the place is designed. Like the hallway is facing towards this path, but if they shooting bullets in that area, wouldn't they be? I don't think they want to take the chances of shooting towards where all the so-called important people are sitting and having a dinner in that direction, because, you know, anyway, unless them walls are bulletproof, I don't know, they even reinforced with some kind of steel or some shit.
It's like they rehearsed this scene, you know, just for this camera right here, so they knew that they was gonna put this out later after, you know, this PSY. Come on now. So was this supposed to mean that they got him? They popped him? Because when this thing initially was reported, it said the suspect was basically killed, and then they had to switch it up, and then they started reporting that no, he was abducted, he was apprehended. I mean, they captured him. So it's like, okay, which one was it? Then they showed you the image of him, you know, laid down, you know, with his face down, and it was like, come on, man, y'all couldn't do better than this. So this event is.
And another thing too, with incidences like this, they might just be doing this shit on purpose, like say this, you know, to make it seem. I mean, just see how stupid people really are. Let's test and see how stupid people really are. But every damn event they have, or a false flag event, either a hoax or it could be real, a false flag event, there's always some kinks and some bunch of shit, a bunch of bullshit that'll come up and people will catch. Anyway,
trending for being staged, allegedly. You know, hopefully YouTube don't try to, you know, get me for it. But I'm just, hey, you could be analytical, man. Doesn't mean that you're posting disinformation because you're being analytical. But just look at this, man. And by the way, we're still in the Feast of the Beast. You know, from the 19th all the way to May Day. You know, that's that time period where certain things go on and, you know, be events where a lot of sacrifices, a lot of death occurs. Okay? But dude, come on, man. And I bet you when I go to the comment section, they're going to be ripping this apart. They're going to be ripping this apart. Let me go to the comment section. They don't believe it. The cops were snoozing, letting the guy run past, literally brain dead. No, it's because that was part of the script. Security cameras from Timu. President say that's all we need. And I guess they gonna say this is why we need that ballroom, huh? There's so much shenanigans with this administration. It's crazy. Hilarious that they think faking another shooting will work again for ratings. Oh, man. Let me go to the newest ones. How is it possible that a man runs past 6 security agents while armed? I mean, hey, things that make you go, this is pathetic, yo. But this man, he's constantly causing distractions, man, diverting attention away from, what's real, what's really going on. So this is what they're going to be talking about in the media. This is why they're going to say we need to, amp up more security, surveillance security. And we need more national security. We need more this. This is why the president needs more protection. We need to build the ballroom. So most people are they're already seeing what it is. It's not working. Yeah. Now I want to show this now. And you could just, peep it for yourself. It's quite obvious. Now watch what this bitch says.
He is ready to rumble, I will tell you.
This is before the event. They talking about it. This is before the event, even started. People getting in there. They got the, Fox News. They ride Trump all day, every day. But this is just people she's gonna say at the end.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
So she said there would be shots fired in the room. And that was, that was meant to be a double entendre or some shit. Like Trump's going to be, shooting, shots at, ops or whatever. But no, we know how these devils operate. Okay? Her tongue fell upon herself when she said this, but she, before the event even happened, most people wasn't going to know what was going to happen, but she said that probably already knowing what was getting ready to happen, and that's how these devils operate. This is all part of the enchantments that they're known for doing. Okay? Now look at this. The people on the internet, they operate pretty quickly and they find shit out very, very quickly. That's why Jay Rockefeller said that the internet should have never been invented, because stuff like this. So Esau, no matter what he does, he gets found out. All right? None of his tricks are working anymore. So this is supposed to be the shooter. He's supposed to be a teacher. And in this photo, which they saying that this could be AI, I wouldn't put it past these devils in this being actually a real photo, but allegedly it was taken off the profile. That somebody found this. But this is supposed to be a real picture of dude, and what he has on his sweatshirt. Cole Allen seen here in Instagram post wearing a IDF sweatshirt before his profile was removed. You zoom in and that's exactly what you see. Why was that removed? See? And anything with them rats, anything with their hands tied to it, you better believe it's come on, man. It's an operation. This is what they've been known for doing. All right? So let me grab this. This is what the wicked, this is what they do. Job 15:35, it says they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. They come with a story, they come with, a storyline. This person's, they bring up this person's background, his belief. He was a radical Democrat, disgruntled Democrat, or, he was, whatever they try to make him to be, And 9 times out of 10, whatever the media is actually saying, it was already corroborated. It was already, put together. Usually have memos and stuff like that. But ain't nobody falling for this shit anymore, man. Okay? It's just and this is how you also know that Esau, his wisdom is failing him. Jeremiah 49 and verse. Oops. Yeah, Jeremiah 49, verse 7, it says, concerning Adawam, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Because it's, anybody could have figured this out. And they be playing right in these people's faces, not...
They'll go right there. That nigga was a IDF. I don't know, but hey, that's a shirt.
Thinking that, people are
the AI may not be
intelligent. But yeah, there's a lot of idiots. We live among a lot of, mind-programmed drones, but in this information age,
and say before his profile was removed,
you can detect almost anything at this point. So they obviously they bank on everybody to be retarded and not see through, the wiles. Scriptures talk about putting on your whole armor that you can be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Wiles is which goes back to the Greek metheria, method, which means it's trickery, deceit, craft. Being in we in the feast of the beast, so you gotta expect there to be something to go down. But it's supposed to be another alleged assassination attempt. Now, how could that have been if the dude was only shooting in a lobby? He wasn't even near the president. And you look at the crowd when it was happening. They all looked nonchalant. They all looked calm. People pulling their phones out and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. So, yeah, people ain't believing this anymore, yo. So let me get this in Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and start at 11. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Because up above it talks about how they trust in their knowledge, their wisdom. It's perverting them. We got the world sewn up with this technology, the military weaponry that we occupy, that we have. Even though Iran, they pretty much defied your dominance, and the world got to see that. But you still that whore that sits upon many waters, and you think that you sit as a queen, and you can never be touched. But Scripture says here, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, all your spell casting, your mind, your mind control, mind manipulation, all right. And with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Your magic, your witchcraft, your spells is not going to work on everyone. Because we in a time where Esau's, his kingdom is getting ready to have a curtain close, end credits. He's getting ready to exit stage left, right? So his world has to pass away. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's beginning that follows. So what he's been known for, what he's worked on from his youth, it no longer has any power anymore. You're not believable. You have no credibility anymore. All right, you're not as dominant as you once were. You do not have the honor and respect of the world anymore. So every stop that you pull, it gets worse and worse. Lord had mingled that perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. So, yeah, man, I expect there to be more stuff. It might be another synagogue situation, or, who knows. All right, but they're definitely working on trying to get the people in fear. And, they've been saying for, since this man got in office that, there could be a situation on the soils right here in Babylon, all right, of some, terror event. They already got the, Homeland Security Task Force. They upped the budget to ICE. Capital punishment, you bringing back the firing squad and all these other things. So it's gonna get extra totalitarian. They need these type of events, to justify, these unrighteous decrees, basically for the beast to speak as that dragon. So Yeah, man. It's just tacky. But is what to expect from here on out. But anyway, just stay prayed up, of course, and stay watching. And with that, I'm gonna give all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.
Yep. And that's it. Hold on. What the hell is that shit? Oh. I didn't know what the hell was that beeping. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, man. Seek the Lord by seeking His prophets and take heed to what to say and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep the faith and trust strong in Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong in Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order with Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.